Living, celebrating men and women who do amazing things. And this morning, two teenagers who have made their health a priority in their lives. Imagine being 17, running around the soccer field one day, and then getting news that stops you in your tracks. It happened to not just one, but two boys on the same soccer team, redefining the word teammate. Watch. Alex Vogelweed and Luke Piazza were ordinary high school kids, friends, avid soccer players on the same travel team.
I was playing soccer 4 or 5 nights a week, working out at CrossFit, just living a normal life.
I'm really competitive on the field. I don't let anyone get in my head, and I just, play my game.
All that changed in an instant in August of 2016 when Alex was diagnosed with leukemia.
At that point, you really don't know what to think. There's so many things going through your head. You're sort of just trying to not look at the negatives and just try to figure out what your life's going to be like now.
I was pretty much in a state of shock.
Yeah, it was tough because I found out over the phone,
Just as Alex started his treatment, Luke received his own diagnosis, testicular cancer.
It was disbelief. I'm looking at him also hearing it. And he was watching a basketball game, and you see him just staring at the game, and you see his eyes kind of glass over. It was very difficult for him to process.
It was just shock, because I was scared at first.
Both players had to give up the game while undergoing cancer treatment, but off the field, they shared an even deeper bond.
I knew that it was just going to be, not easy, but it was going to be much easier for me to get through it than him. So I knew, it just helped me a lot watching him be strong and go through it.
Just having somebody who knows what you're going through and relates to definitely brought us closer.
Luke underwent emergency surgery, followed by 3 intensive rounds of chemotherapy. Alex was right there with him.
Across the hospital, we could see each other through the windows, and everyone was, waving to him and saying hi.
This past July, Luke was declared cancer-free, but Alex's battle was far from over. Roughly 80% of Alex's blood was affected by the leukemia. Doctors said he needed a bone marrow transplant.
I felt so bad. I just immediately wanted to go, see him, bring him presents or something.
The transplant was a success, and with a new lease on life, Alex had one more goal: to make it back to the soccer field.
I got back probably captain's practices in June. I just hopped in that, and they said, well, you should come back and play. So coach heard that, and from there on, I started playing again and got back into it.
Not only did he retain his starting goalie position, he took the field with a familiar face. For both boys, it has taught them to think about life beyond the field.
I'm not looking to play college soccer, but this whole situation has made me change careers, so I'm going for nursing, hopefully, to help go into the same field that I know a lot about now, so just trying to give back to others.
It proved to me how important family and friends are, and I don't know what I would have done without them.
The audience is wiping away tears, and I am wiping away tears, and Luke and Alex are here with us. And when we come back, we will hear more about their incredible story and talk with their moms, too. November is Men's Health Awareness Month, and before the break, we introduced you to Luke Piazza and Alex Vogelweed, fellow high school soccer players who were diagnosed with cancer just months apart. They are here, joined by their moms, Jennifer and Dawn, as well as the oncologist who treated both boys, Dr. Jeffrey and Alina. Thank you all so much for being here. Alex, let me start with you, because the piece left off with you getting bone marrow transplant. How's that process going for you now?
Everything's going great. I'm coming up on the 1-year anniversary, December 6th, and just so far everything's going well, so I hope it continues.
How long does it go for?
The bone marrow itself, it takes like 15 to 30 days to engraft, but after that, your counts steadily rise over the next year or two. Mm-hmm. So it's just a slow process.
Dawn, no one in the family was a match?
No.
Okay. So talk about that feeling when you're waiting. They're running it through the donor registry to see whether anybody matches.
Both his brother and sister were checked, and they match each other, but didn't match him. And then I think we had to wait 2 or 3 days, and we got the phone call on a Saturday at a soccer tournament for my daughter that they had found 6 matches for Alex, which was amazing because there's, you know, a 20% chance of finding 1 match.
Right? So it's somebody over in Germany, that's all we know.
Yes.
Think about that. Somebody over in Germany saved his life by donating bone marrow. I mean, think about what you could do for somebody else. Meantime, Luke, you saw Alex get diagnosed first,
Yep.
right? And then you started to have symptoms. And you're a nurse, is that true,
Yes.
Jennifer? So you're a nurse, so you started advising him, you know, you have to check yourself, make sure. You go in, you find out it's testicular cancer. How did it affect you to know that your friend was already dealing with cancer?
It really helped me. Like, I don't know, watching him go through something like that, because I knew his was much tougher to go through. You know, leukemia is much more intense than testicular cancer. So when I saw how good he was doing and how strong he was being, it helped me a lot because I knew that if he can get through that, I could definitely get through this. You know?
I know you say the hardest part for you was when people felt sympathy for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was harder. I think it was much harder for my family than it was for me. And of course it was hard for me, but no one wants to see, you know, their son or brother or even friend go through this. So like I appreciate everyone's support and everything, but yeah, I really think it was harder for everyone else than it was for me, you know.
Now, is it true the two of you could see each other across the hospital? Like you were in the hospital at the same time looking at each other?
Yeah, at one point.
How is that possible?
He was in actually a different building. He was in the Wilmot Cancer Center, and I was in Galisano's. And across the little parking lot, he was sitting in the other room at one point, so we could wave to each other.
I mean, what a thing to share, you know, but also to help each other get through, right? Doc, they're both from the same town, 2 young boys, both getting cancer. You know, a lot of people out there are going to say, is there something environmental? Do we know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very rare situation where both boys, you know, knew each other very well beforehand. You know, childhood cancer is generally not thought to be due to environmental causes and is generally not inherited genetics, so it's mostly just thought to be random.
And what's the prognosis now?
So at this point, now that both boys are fairly far out, both boys should do very well. They should be expected to be cured.
Wow. Alex, talk about how this experience has changed you, what you were like before your diagnosis versus now.
I was always very active, but before I was sort of very shy, very mellow person, but afterwards now that I've sort of come out and just learned to look at all the positives in life, live every day, one day at a time, just always have something to look forward to.
What about you, Luke? Is it hard? I mean, obviously, men don't like to talk about testicular cancer, and you know, you're a 17-year-old boy. What is your message to other young men out there who might be struggling with the fear of this, at least?
Yeah, I mean, it was embarrassing at first, but then I realized that I shouldn't be embarrassed. You know, like if you notice a problem, definitely seek it out. You know, seek attention. Tell your parents or tell somebody because you don't want it to, you know, hurt you in the future. So.
You're lucky your mom's a nurse.
Yeah.
Jennifer, did you and Dawn lean on each other? Did you know each other?
Yeah, we did. She was texting me a lot. When she first found out about him, she was texting me every day and, you know, asking me questions, who's his doctor, you know, what's going on. So it was really nice to have her. It really was.
All right, I have to ask you about the prom.
Oh yeah.
All right, can you explain what happened when you asked, was it your girlfriend?
Yes.
To go to the prom? We have a picture. Stand by. Look at that. Tell us about this. What are we seeing here?
Okay.
What did you do?
Yeah, I wanted to do something, you know, awesome. I wanted to do something cool and somewhat funny. And this was actually my brother's idea to put the question mark on my head because, I mean, yeah. Her favorite color is yellow, so I wanted to, you know, fill her whole room with like yellow balloons. And then we found those big balloons that spell out prom. So I wanted to do that, and then at the last minute, my brother told me I should do that, and me and my mom thought it was really funny. So
I hope she said
did
yes.
that. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for telling your
Thank you.
stories. All the best to you. Moms, you too.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
An honor to know you.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.